Welcome. So, in the midst of all of my ROM hacking research, I wanted to see if... So, Halloween was yesterday. You're a day late. What do you think you're doing?
Get out.
I wanted to see if I could find some that fell into more of the spooky camp, and while I certainly didn't get showered with them like I did with other individual franchises, I definitely found some that I want to show you all today. I even got this little skeleton buddy to help me out, and I gotta say, he's pretty awesome. It seems like no matter what I say, nothing gets under his skin. Oh man, that was good. One may say it was quite humorous. I'm a terrible person. First up on the list is Earthbound Halloween Hack, the one that I feel that most people were expecting. Not so much for the hack itself, but because it was created by someone under the name Radiation, who now goes by a more recognizable name, you may have heard of him, Toby Fox. You know, the guy who made Undertale, the greatest game of all time. But hey, credit where credit is due, that is enough to get me interested in the hack already. Basically, imagine the world of Earthbound that simply got turned on its head and made incredibly dark. Everything seemed fairly normal from the get-go, but then the sewer water transformed into blood, and then suddenly... Oh my. Well, okay, the hippie is clearly a zombie, but the roach here looks like it had a makeover courtesy of the MS Paint airbrush. Not so much creepy as it is just dark, Earthbound Halloween Hack is a pretty enjoyable time. But, you know what, this hack really isn't my speed. It's not really the type of hack that I like showcasing for these videos. Here we go, this one seems more like it. Skeleton Bike. It's Excite Bike, but except... And look, it says Spooky in the back. And when you don't win a competition, that's supposed to be a skeleton. Oh man, I love this. Sticking with the NES, now we have Super Cemetery Bros. As you can probably expect, this is basically just the original Mario Bros, but instead, you're like a Pac-Man ghost. All of the enemies got redesigned and Bowser has been replaced with... Oh... Thank you, Ghost, but your body is in another grave. Aw, man, now I gotta know how this game ends. Okay, just do a little bit of Warp Zone skips here, nothing too fancy, basic Super Mario Bros. Stuff. Alright, you preschool-looking demon, you are toasted. Thank you, Ghost, you're found, your body, live again. Beautiful. Now let's see here if Sega truly does what Nintendo don't, Sonic Halloween Edition. This one is more so kinda cute than anything else. It's another hack that changes just the graphics and that's it, but I gotta say, it looks fantastic. Everything is dark and dreary, some of the enemies have been redesigned and look great. Robotnik is wearing a thrift shop devil costume. Not too sure about that one. There's new music as well, including Pumpkin Hill in the now Haunted Hill Zone. Now this probably sounds crazy, one may say a graveyard theory, but Pumpkin Hill makes anything 10 times better. I don't care what anyone says, Knuckles' music in SA2 was top notch. Now sort of segueing from the last two hacks, here is Mario vs. Sonic EXE. Oh boy, Sonic EXE. Some of you are probably familiar with the story by now. Basically, some kid played a Sonic game that he shouldn't, that consisted of Sonic bleeding through his eyes and killing everyone. That's it. That's really it. I know, it's the scariest thing ever. And there are plenty of dedicated Sonic EXE fan games and ROM hacks, but here we have Mario going through a dark adventure to destroy the evil hedgehog / computer program for good. And I mean, hey, aside from the darker graphics, this is a really solid level design hack. There's two of these hacks as well, doubling the fright, doubling the fun. And you can tell this is serious business, just look at Mario's eyes. You gotta fight with the possessed Tails, you soon get chased by a line of Sonic EXEs, but nothing in these games are as frightening as... Oh no! Alright, that's it, moving on. Speaking of Super Mario World, next up is Call of Cthulhu. I really don't even have any jokes for this one. This hack is legitimately fantastic. Rather than simply making things darker, the world feels more distorted and dreadful. I mean, just look at the Koopa. He's still marching along and whatnot, but my god. The environments are all great looking, the music is atmospheric as hell, and there's even really cool new platforming mechanics. Like here, 2 different layers of platforms moving independently, and you need to time your jumps and momentum perfectly to get from one to another. It's great. There's even a plot as well, with Mario, for some reason, being tasked with stopping the rebirth of Cthulhu. Clearly, the hero that we all need. I mean, say what you will, it's hard to picture a supernatural crisis and subsequently saying, boy, sure glad Mario is here. It's not that long, taking about a half an hour to an hour. There's only one level with no checkpoints, which is very infuriating, but overall, Call of Cthulhu, it's good. It's good stuff. It's good creepy stuff. As for whether or not Cthulhu is successfully awakened, well, you'll just have to play the game and find out. Boo! Gotcha. Luigi's Mansion 64. This one sort of follows the basic graphic hack idea some of the earlier hacks followed. For one, we of course get to play as Luigi, looking pretty ridiculous in Super Mario 64 style, not gonna lie. And rather than adding really anything that makes Luigi's Mansion, the levels all just use darker textures. There are some different enemy placements as well, and at the very least, there is one level that's brand new. I wouldn't really know if there's another one, because I got 20 seconds into this level, and, well, the game froze. It's so spooky. So, what do you think of all these ROM hacks so far? You would say that. You are such a bonehead. However, on a higher note, here we have Mario 64 Halloween Mayhem. Immediately, you are thrust into a new overworld with This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas playing, already making this one of the best hacks I've ever seen. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. It is a bit cryptic trying to figure out how to progress though. Like, this sign here tells me to fill the pool with blood, and I have no idea how to do that. I immediately jumped in thinking, oh, it's Mario's blood, lol, but no, Mario's fine with it. Fortunately though, I did find out how to open up a few of the levels, and some of them are done in really clever ways. Time this bomb's detonation perfectly so you can blow up a wall on a higher level, bring all of these boos back to their graves. It's pretty neat stuff. Unfortunately though, the spookiness quickly goes away in favor of stupid difficulty spikes requiring save states. Now don't get me wrong, I appreciate the ambition, but a cool atmosphere can only get me to play for so long. But despite that, overall I had a pretty enjoyable time. And it really made me excited to take a look at more Mario 64 ROM hacks. A buddy of mine recommended this one to me, Mario 64 Toad Edition. I never want to play Super Mario 64 again. Last but certainly not least, I have to talk about Pokemon. Quite the source of spookiness when it comes to fan creations. The most prominent being Lavender Town's theme, which has an interesting backstory admittedly, but nowadays it just seems like the most cliche attempt at creepy music that you can possibly get. But there really are a ton of kinda spooky stories, fan games, and ROM hacks, but which one should I go for? I already covered the one with zombies, that one's taken care of. There's Creepy Black, which gives the trainer a ghost with an ability to make nearly everything disappear, including the player itself, ooh. Well, not in the hack itself, just in the story. They couldn't get that in for some reason. Or, oh, there's Lost Silver too. This one is pretty sweet. Basically, the trainer is living a nightmare, being told scary messages via unknowns in his possession, gradually losing parts of his body, and even fighting a depressed Pikachu with half of a Celebi. It's so odd and eerie, I love it. But nah, most people already know about those. I need something different. Oh, that's right. Someone told me about one that I just need to check out. It's called Pokey Knife, I think. Let's check it out. Well, I mean, everything seems good so far. I just beat Blue's Pokemon because, you know, that's an easy thing to do. And, whoa. Did you see that? So, like, can I just walk up to somebody and... Oh my god. Let's go on a stabbing rampage. Doubt anyone can stop me. I will get all who are in my path and go win the Pokemon League. Oh, I can't, I still can't progress without actually playing the game? Alright, that's it. Halloween is cancelled. It had a good run. So, what are you thinking? Are you still up for Chinese food for dinner, or do you just not have the stomach for it? Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy... well, late Halloween. Had this video in the works for a while now, so I'm happy to finally get it out there, even if I did miss my mark by a day. If you want to see even more ROM hacks, you can check them out here. I just did one on retro Mario games, so you may like that one. Got one more ROM hack video planned for 2016, so stay tuned. Alright, that's it, bye-bye.